Hi, I have no one to talk to. It's so weird. It's like I have some people to talk to. I could talk to George or Leah or Tate. I have those three I could talk to. I don't want to talk to George at all. I talk to Leah and Tate, but I'm totally different when I talk to Leah and when I talk to Tate. When I talk to Leah, I have to be careful with what I say. When I talk to Tate, I have to be careful in a different way. And I don't even want to talk to George. So I just talk to you, YouTube. I uh Friday. I don't even really remember Friday. It's Tuesday. Today's Tuesday. Friday. I can't really remember Friday. I thought it's sort of a blur now. I was on Friday. I was trying to. I looked. Well, I sold the van because I am not a mechanic and I can't fix things like that. So when I sold Thundercat, I decided it wasn't just about the money. I know people are like, "Oh, it's just about." I wanted the money because I thought maybe if I have enough money, I can somehow get the apartment. But the funny thing is that all three trips with Thundercat, out of state, in state, everywhere I went with Thundercat, I couldn't find an apartment anyway, which is ironic. With Thundercat, I was living in the van because I didn't have enough money to get an apartment, but I was looking. I couldn't find the apartment, but then once the mechanical issues were going to hit me in the face, I said I'd rather get a little bit of money and hopefully find the apartment well, anyway, so I don't really remember Friday because Friday was sort of dealing with all that, like processing that decision. And then I said, okay, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go to a hotel motel room and I'm just going to enjoy the weekend because I really couldn't remember the last time I enjoyed a weekend. It, it was definitely more than 4 years ago, maybe more than 5 years ago. I really I don't remember. It might have been even more than 5 years ago. I seriously couldn't remember enjoying a weekend. So I was determined to make that happen. And it was very expensive to make that happen. All in all, after the hotel room and some food and some cigarettes, I think I spent about $450 just to get a weekend that I could say was good. But I want to mark that in my mind because I I don't know when I'm gonna die or how long I'm gonna live, but if I have to live another 5 years without a good weekend, then I definitely want to mark this weekend in my mind. It was January. It was January 20th and 21st. 20th and the 21st of January 24. The 20th and the 21st. I want to mark that in my mind as a very good weekend because I got to enjoy luxuries like a really nice bed and really good ice cream and peace and quiet for the most part. There was some noise from other people, but I had my door shut, so that was nice. And you see, the thing is, like right at this moment, there's peace and quiet, but it's not the same. It's not the same kind of peace and quiet. It's I had to come back here to George's. As I said, the last video, I believed that I was gonna figure something out by myself, but I spoke to the police and they won't arrest me for Nothing. They won't arrest me for nothing. That part hasn't changed. I asked them to do that when I was 19, and they didn't want to do it when I was 19. They don't want to do it when I'm 52 either. They don't they don't want to arrest me for nothing. It's weird, right? I says, "Well, I got nowhere to go." They said, "That's not a crime." I said, "I know it's not a crime, but it still doesn't change the fact that I've got nowhere to go." It's not. I didn't have anywhere to go when I was 19. I didn't have anywhere to go at 52. The problem's never changed, and there's still no solution, and they still don't want to arrest me for nothing. So, of course, I sit on the sidewalk smoking a cigarette, thinking about some heinous crime that I could commit, some terrible thing that I could do, because, that would solve the problem. I mean, I would, if I commit some heinous, terrible crime, then I would go to jail. But it's just that I don't want to be, I would rather have been in jail honest. Like, it's just, that I don't have anywhere to go. I mean, that would have been better. But if I go to jail and say I did this horrible, horrible thing, then they're going to think I'm some kind of like, kick ass badass, and I'm going to have to like fight everybody. And I don't. I'd rather just, be like, look, I don't want to fight. I'm just homeless. Okay. I really don't have anywhere to go. And, but it's not. That's what one of the cops said. That it's not a homeless shelter, really, because the two homeless shelters are not homeless shelters either. The only two that were available in this county, and some counties don't even have a homeless shelter. A lot of counties don't even have a homeless shelter. I guess you're supposed to knock on the door like a Jehovah Witness and say, "Can I sleep in your backyard?" I guess that's the best you can do. I just decided to ask George that because Auntie Leah said, "Why don't you ask George if you could, stay in his backyard?" He let me sleep on the couch actually, so I didn't even have to sleep in the backyard. But um, I'm still homeless, and I don't know if there's any way out. So I can't, I can't share my depression with others because it's a downer to them, and they're already depressed, I guess, about their own whatevers. So, I don't have anyone to talk to because no one really can handle dealing with other people's depression. I know. I know when someone shows me their depression, I get even more depressed. So, I know how it is. You have to, say something nice and positive so that they don't get more depressed. So, at least YouTube doesn't get depressed,